Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SRN Sunday Oval League's first round at Daytona. Beautiful thing to switch to there as we come into the live scene. It seems like Maxwell Waite has decided that going the right way on the track, in the right direction, is the wrong thing to do. I don't think this is how you set qualifying times, to be honest. But then again, we don't expect too many smart things out of him, do we? Sorry, let me just flick through some things here. Sorry about the late time to this session. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a technical issue, and my thing just wanted to keep going on and off, and I restart my computer to get everything working. We are back underway, so hopefully that's good. Let's jump on board to see what we're doing for our qualifying time. We'll have a look at a bit of race info today. Having Daytona, it's a super speedway, so that means that there is pretty much there is no braking whatsoever. It's just flat out all the way around the track. This comes down to sticking with your man that is in front of you, or the group that you are with, all the way till the end, and waiting to make those moves at the very last moment to secure that victory. Looks like everyone's having a bit of fun now that qualifying is over, or they haven't at all. This is the end. I don't actually. Should probably check that. Alrighty. We are in qualifying, so everyone's continued their qualifying, and as soon as that is done, we will have a look at the grid. Sorry if this stream is a little bit sparse in the commentary. This is my first time doing commentary whatsoever, and I have lost my co-commentator for today. So if anyone wants to get angry at someone, go get angry at Sal. Here's the reason that I will have to make all of the sounds. Right, let's jump on here and have a look at our board lap time history. Kelly has not put in a lap time so far in this qualifying. If we jump on over here, timing tower. This is what it looks like. Looks like Andrew. Oh, we're gonna have to that a little bit. That the name is. Unfortunately, we do have two Hennegars in this race. That is Austin and Andrew Hennegar, both the same almost spell. What? Not on full name, Dylan. Sorry, I am still trying to work out exactly how to use all of this program that I've never used. I don't think this is going to be as easy for me as just sitting there and commentating other people's races or whatsoever. I think your mic audio may be cutting out slightly. Why would that be? Okay, give me 2 seconds and I shall change some filters. How's that? Does that sound better, sir? So, first place. Let's have a quick look at the grid before things get underway here. We will give you a rundown. Unless it doesn't want to show me the grid because I joined late and had to reset, and now it's not going to show me the grid. That's what you love to see. We are going to throw this up right here. And we're going to have a look at the best times. So, Andrew Hennegar. Still don't know which Hennegar that is. But number 333 is Austin Hennegar, closely followed by Andrew Hennegar. Only 2 thousandths of a second behind him. Coming into third is Jared Kelly, followed by Ronan Suarez, Jason Landry in the number 56, the number 23 of Rod Chowdhury, number 87 of Joseph Blommel, number 250 of Kyle Pedersen. Chris, will it let me bring it up now? It will let me bring up the grid. Okay, beautiful. Now we can go through this together. Alrighty. Apparently it won't let me bring up the grid. Thank you, race. There's our grid. Austin Hennigar, Andrew Hennigar, Jared Kelly, and Ronan Suarez are your top 4. Jason Landry in 5th. Rob Chowdhury in 6th. 7th is Joseph Blommel. 8 is Kyle Pedersen. 9 is Robert Davis. 10 is Chris Chambers, followed by Hank Moore. I bet you he's a bit of a hunk with a name like that anyway. Zach Saw. Zach Saw. We're just going to call him Zach Saw because I don't know how to say that. Carson Catlin, Glenn Bratton, Andy Vaskic, Dustin Robinson, Luke Del Papa, Maxwell Waite, Kevin Nunn, Brooks Clayton, Jared Fink, and Mac Verstupin are your final people.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.
Alrighty. Why are things not working? Alright, here's our race data as we get underway, waiting for the safety car to take him around on the lap before we get underway. With Super Speedway, it's not really that crucial where you qualify as long as the pack all stays together. Everyone stays clean, there's not too much damage like that type of thing. This is all a strategy battle to the very end. You're hoping that you can buddy up with someone, get in the pits at the same time, hopefully a few people actually, to keep that train going, that slip going, and push that first car ahead, making obviously that whole line will go a lot more. So this is my first time doing this. Anyway, that line will go a lot faster if you do lose the slipstream to any of those cars in front of you. That is pretty much your race over unless there is cautions, and I'm not exactly sure about the rules at this point in time. But come around on the back straight now. If Landry is running the Lucky Dog rule, I'm pretty sure it is the last person on the last lap that gets their lap back, or if the safety car is allowing everyone to get waved around. As we come underway here, this final... I can't talk tonight. Let me have a drink. I will be right back. All right, that safety car is off and we are ready to go racing. Why am I following the safety car? Here we go. We're on the way. Andrew Hennigar leading us off. Ronan Suarez and Kelly jostling for position behind them. Chowdhury making a couple moves, bringing up the time behind them. We're going to come around on here. There is no danger whatsoever. Everyone is settling in, hopefully. That backpack is starting to fall off a little bit. Unless they work together and catch back up to the people in front, they might be having a bit of a hard time later on. But one of the cleanest over races you're going to see off the start here. No one wrecking. I guess that's what you get when you're not in an official session. Catlin, Pedersen, Saw, and Chambers all jostling for position up the back there. Both the Hennigars still leading up the front. That backpack has fallen off quite a bit now. Looks like maybe this is part of their strategy, hoping that they can get enough distance if something does happen with the leaders up the front there. They will have enough time to react to it and jump in. Seeing a beautiful photo of Jason Landry there in the bottom left-hand corner in the number 56. The guy who created this league so that everyone can have fun driving in circles, only going one way. It's quite an interesting thing to think that people enjoyed only driving one way. And that's how that evolved. Anyway, number 31 of Ronan Suarez. They're in 7th. We're jumping on board with. There's still a little bit of jostling position, getting a little bit loose in the back there. But with these, you can't sit behind the car in front of you for too long. You will overheat your engine. So you do have to poke that nose out every now and again just to get a bit of air into that, making sure that the water and oil temps don't overflow whatsoever. Joseph Blommel of Team Overdrive Motorsport coming in 5th there with my beautiful face on the bonnet. He is actually on the same team as both Andrew Henniger and Maxwell Waite. Maxwell falling off, even though he was talking a lot of shit every day leading up to this, saying that he was going to be the one that wins. He was going to be the one that qualifies on the top row of the grid. But at this point in time, it doesn't seem like that is happening. He is right back there in that second group. And I'm not exactly sure why they've fallen off so far. Fastest lap times so far this race with Austin Henniger. Sorry, that's Andrew Henniger. I'm going to keep getting that mixed up. Number 13 is Andrew Henniger coming in with the fastest lap time of the race so far, which is a 47.6. Let's jump on board and see what the gain is for most of these races at this race. Blommel making 2 spots, Davis 3, Catlin 4, as we all settle in to this starting part of the race. Now it is just sit behind everyone and make those laps count, hopefully staying out of all danger and relying on that pit strategy to get you up there and get you closer to that leading spot. You kind of want to start making moves around the last couple laps, jostling into position, looking for that massive slingshot across that last corner and into the finish line. So pretty much all it is for most of this race is to sit there with your foot in one position and hope you don't crash. Last time I did a fairly long race in one of these, my foot was quite hurting by the end of it, and that was only 35 laps. So I can only imagine how sore these drivers' bodies are going to be after this, sitting in the one position, not moving for that long. Thank you very much for the follow, Morwine. And thank you for offering to be my co-commentator. I probably actually do need it. So if Strovich does accept your invite and you join a channel, I might drag you down. It might make it a bit easier for me to commentate. There's not actually a lot going on at the moment, so I'm just going to have to start talking about weird things. Sorry, I am going through my settings, trying to find exactly... These are your lap times over the last few laps from most of these races. Everyone's sitting about a 47 in this main group. That rear group has fallen off quite a bit now. As we jump on board, let's actually skip back and see what's been happening with these guys. Jumping on board here with Maxwell Waite. These guys are... I've got no idea how to read the chart that is next to me. so far down his name isn't on the standings. That's right, Dino. After all the shit he talked about being one of the best racers ever on the oval, and especially to his arch nemesis, who isn't here because he had other things to do apparently. But Finn Harrison, there is quite a big rivalry happening there. We did have a promotional video to show you guys as to their hatred towards each other and what was going to happen, the words that were spat at each other in the pits this week during practice and testing for all these vehicles. So him not being here is quite the hiccup in that plan, but hopefully we do get them later down the track, and those two can go to war on the track as they so said they would. Now coming into our first, yeah, these cars, a lot of these boys were saying do around 20 laps, or you need to duck into those pits, get some more fuel. I'm not sure if they need new tires or anything like that. Still nothing interesting happening whatsoever. They're just settling in here. Oh my god, let's see this video anyway. Build up hype for race 2. I don't actually have it in the rotation because I forgot to add it. But don't worry, we will. I'll post it somewhere. I'll post it somewhere, Ben. Then we can. That can be a hype for next thing. I've been discreetly recording them every now and again when they've been going off at each other, so it's been great. Alright. I had the battle box. This lead group all sorting themselves out here. It looks like, who is that still on pole? Both the Hennegars still leading our race here. Maybe they should have been on a team. Double H Racing or something along those lines. Everyone getting their nose out beside each other there. Actually, it looks like Jason Landry has made a few positions from where he started on the grid. Only one up to 4th. Suarez down 1. Chowdhury down 1. Robinson and Waite down the back, having lost 4 positions altogether. Pedersen down 4 positions from 8th to 12th. Chambers from 10th to 11th. 7 positions for Moore from 11th to 18th. Yeah, I know, Dino. Trust me, I got the idea from, I can't remember who said it while we were all sitting there. But yeah, I started doing it after that. Now, let's actually get one of these drivers up here to talk about exactly what's... Actually, let's get Maxwell up here. Find out what happened exactly at the start there to make him drop all the way back. Alright, that's Maxwell. What happened at the start? Can you please fill us in? Why has your group dropped so far back, and why were you going backwards in qualifying instead of setting a time?
I don't know why we fell off. I don't know who's in the front of this pack. I blame them. I went back because I didn't want to quali.
Right. So what happened to all that piss and vinegar when you said that you were going to be the one winning this? Did you think you're the best driver ever? Or?
Still 72 laps to go. There's going to be a caution.
Are you sure about that? Because the racing I'm seeing is very, very clean right now, and I don't think that that caution is going to happen at this point.
You're forgetting that pit stops exist, and no one knows how to do a pit stop in oval.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, fair. So, what did you work out? How often are you going to need to pit in these cars?
I think it was 3 times
So
from my
every
calculation.
20 odd laps, is that?
But yeah, every like 30 laps or so.
Copy. Are you getting tyres with that as well? No? Okay.
No,
So is it the one set of tyres the whole race?
correct. It's
Copy.
a ballsy strategy, but
Is that
if
just
we need to
your
change, we change.
strategy, or is that your team's?
I don't know what my team's doing. We need to talk about it, but that's what I'm doing. At least.
Copy. Copy that. All right. Well, thank you, Maxwell. You have fun and don't fall back too far. Good luck. I'll get the leader of our race up next, Mr. Hennigar, to see what's running through his head and how he's running this. Yo, Goober. Andrew Henry.
What's up, man?
Not much, buddy. How's the start of this race going for you? It looks nice and clean.
It's going pretty good. Everybody up here is deciding to keep a straight line for once, so that's kind of working against us. I mean, working with us here.
Yep.
Fuel's going to be a big issue, though. Like, holding it flat out, we're pretty much chunking just fuel every lap.
Yep. What about tyres? How's tyres working out for you? Obviously, you're part of the same team as Maxwell. Maxwell said he's not going to take tyres for the whole of the oval. Being a super speedway, will you need to take tyres?
I was about to say, considering the fact that we're holding as straight as we are, we're not really sliding around on the track much, so I don't think we'll be needing to take a lot of tires, but fuel's going to be the bigger issue here. Planning out when you want to pit with the team, etc.
Copy that. Copy that. All right. Well, Mr. Hennigar, you keep it straight. I hope everyone behind you keep it straight as well, and I will let you go. Have fun.
Will do. Thank you, brother.
All right. That was Andrew and Maxwell. They are Team Overdrive Motorsport. Is it Overdrive Motorsport? Team Motorsport? Wait up. Let me get my list up here. I am very unprofessional. That is what I do best. I do not have their team names here. That is unfortunate. Still not much happening. It is surprisingly clean. Nothing is happening whatsoever. These guys are all being very cordial to each other. That high line is going to drop all the way back, though. There is only 2 of them pushing. I'm guessing that none of the people down the bottom are actually going to let them in. Oh. Who is that in the number 31 of Ronan Suarez pulling out to that high line? Was that the best decision there? I'm not exactly sure, but he's going to drop 5 places all the way back. 2 cars behind him, who is Chambers, falling back in line. They're all back in line now. Not quite. Only lap 19 of 85 here. That one car is still on the high road there. The number...
Zach, show him the pushing, dude.
That was Catlin there. I'm just talking to Zach Saw, asking for a bit of a push. Still sitting on that high line, only just slotted in now is the... Sorry, I'm actually getting very caught up here between what I'm looking at on screen and trying to look at numbers and work out names and all that kind of stuff. This is a little bit different to what I usually do. This front group's still looking clean. Everyone's now filtered back into a single file. Just conserving themselves for later in the race. I will be back in 2 seconds, chat.
When are you pinning, Andrew?
I bet have big checkup.
I know I didn't cause that, but as far as the shenanigans in front on pit entry there,
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Just had to quickly run outside. Ronan Suarez having a bit of an issue. Let's jump back and have a quick look at what happened there. Ooh, just seemed to cop that right. Sorry. Yes. Right, left hook. Go back and have another quick look at that before we jump online. Who was that? The number 33 of Chris Chambers just coming up a little bit high. And Ronan Suarez being tapped on that tail. Maybe damage. Not exactly sure there. We'll go back to live. That's the 87 of...
Sorry, I'm short on fuel, so I'm half throttling it.
Joseph Blommel in the pits now. We might pull Suarez up here and see what happened there as we come into a caution, I do believe. Yes. Our first caution for the event. It seems Maxwell Waite was a bit of a profit there. I was expecting this race to be nothing but clean with the way it started. But Americans can never resist starting a fight. Okay, that's Ronan Suarez. Let's pull him in, see if there's any damage to that car and what exactly happened. A fuffle, if I can find him, which I can't. Thanks, Ronan. Next time, join the chat. Oh, no, wait, there he is. Got him. Be right back. Mr. Suarez. Mr. Suarez. The oval aficionado himself. The first one to crash. How do you feel about that?
So basically what happened was that I got turned.
Excuses, yep.
So I was trying to avoid the people going slow because people they were trying to enter pit road on a racing surface rather than on the apron.
Okay.
And so I go on the high side because I see a lot of people going slow. So I was like, okay, free positions. I end up getting clipped, and I have a little bit of wheel damage, so I got to fix that now. But overall,
So you did get a little bit of damage from that incident, did you?
yeah.
Ah, that's unlucky. It looks like everyone's pulling into this pit lane, so I will let you concentrate, sir. Avoid those... Shit, I can't think of anything smart to say, but I'll leave you to it. Have a good one, brother.
All right.
Ronan Suarez there. He is the IR terrorist of every endurance event you will ever go to. Great bloke. Bad circuit driver. Great person. Just can't turn right very well. He's that American. Bald Eagles scream when his name is mentioned. Right-hand corners. Well, they're safe. Tis black? What tis black? Let me have a look there, Dino. I'm good, bud. Everything's... Oh, by the way... Dino, are you watching through SRN? He's back. Sorry. Look, I'm old. I need glasses. Okay, I can't read. It's a long way away from me. And when I say a long way away from me, like I'm right in front of the screen, but oh yeah, no, I just turned the overlay off there while we went through the replay. How many laps till green? Sorry, let me try and find exactly what I need. Once again, guys, sorry, I have been trying to figure this out for the last few days. Unfortunately, I'm not quite up to date on exactly how all of this works yet. But bear with me. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that sorted as we go through this season, and I'll be able to give you guys a better rundown of exactly everything that is happening. And it'll get smoother and smoother as we go. Still on caution, lap 26 of 85. There has been a leader change. Jared Kelly, followed by the 56 of Jason Landry. The number 25 of Zach Saw. Zach, I'm going to need you to tell me how to pronounce your name after this. Robert Davis in fourth, the 157. The 666 of Carson Catlin, bringing up your top 5. How many laps do we have to win his over? Let me have how do I bring up how many laps back? Do we have to the end of the caution? I do not know. I know there's a way to do this, chat, but me figuring it out, pretty hard to ask right now. Throw back up the race starter. Alright, I am just looking through here to try and find this caution. Sorry for talking too much. Let us just alright, doesn't matter. And we're back underway of racing now. Zach Kelly taking that very quick jump at the start, falling down into that low line, hoping that he's going to get pushed through. They have developed a second top line with... not exactly sure who was leading that, but everyone has dropped back down now. A lot of pushing and shoving going on at the back there, people jostling for positions. The 000 on 34, still on that high line. Everyone's getting all... oh, that's... someone else just bumped into each other there. Carson Catlin. What happened there? Carson Catlin getting turned. That's absolutely devastating. And who else did he pick up there? Let's have a quick look at that. Who else did he actually pick up? What actually happened there? Let's go back. Exactly what happened. Oh, shit. Sorry, chat. I pressed one button too many times. All right, he's going to come across the 57. Is going to spin him, and that was the other car there. Ronan Suarez again getting involved in a crash. The aficionado, well, self-proclaimed aficionado of Oval has crashed twice now, chat. I don't know how much of a aficionado that guy is, but Ronan Suarez not living up to all the hype he goes around chatting about. That's going to lead us to another caution here. You want to jump in? You can come help me if you want, Ben. Would be helpful. I am here by myself. Obviously, Sal did not jump in. Is it still up on kick? It is heating up. That's another caution. That's our second for the race. I can't see exactly how many laps until we are out of that caution. Fortunately, that is something I'm going to have to work on and try to find and work out for our next race. This is going to be a bit of a learning curve. Get there. Looks like Carson Catlin is leaving the pit lanes now. Didn't have too much damage, maybe. Everyone entering the pit lanes to get that free pit under the caution. Pretty much most of your... Well, actually, that's everyone. Almost. Apart from Davis, Henniger, and Bratton all deciding to go into that pit lane and top up. How will this work out in the strategies towards the end? There's something that Henniger and all that have seen that the others have not. You can talk to me. Is Twitch started, Andrew? What? Don't forget to start Twitch. What the hell? Why is it? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work something out. I will be back shortly. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just had to check a few things in Christ, ruining my whole desk. I just had to check a few things in OBS there, just to make sure that everything was going out appropriately. Had a few messages saying that Twitch wasn't working. Thank you very much for the follow, Pat, and welcome to the SRN Sunday Oval League. We are just under a caution because it seems like the king of Oval himself, Ronan Suarez, has been involved in yet another incident, living up to his name of Ronan the Incident Suarez. I would like to welcome Ben Davey, who will now be my co-commentator from this moment forward as we come back under the green flag and head off. Ben, how you going?
Not too bad. I mean, I'm not very good at commentating either, but here we go.
Don't worry, neither am I. This is the first time I've ever done this, and honestly, this race so far, apart from a couple of crashes, has been like watching paint dry. It's just everyone driving in circles. Oh, and we've got another incident. That's someone else off already.
Of the devil.
Who was that?
It looks to be Austin.
That was Austin Hennigar off the track there. But he came back. Let's just have a quick look. See what happened. He's going to try slide down into that low line and... Oh, actually a beautiful save by Austin. Getting that left hook and pushed out down onto the grass. He survives, but he's going to lose that lead pack as we jump back to life. Del Papa now in first. Falling into the front of that low line. And everybody's just going to settle back in there and wait. So Ben,
Just got to get into the rhythm at the end of the day.
that's true. Yesterday was the Bathurst 12 hour.
It was.
You competed.
Yes, I did.
Fill us in. How did that
Did
go?
you?
You did. Okay, I was. Yeah, I was the anchor. But how did you feel? How was it? You said it was only
It was going well.
second, I think.
Second major special event in
Second
in
major
iRacing, yeah.
Yeah. What was your first major event?
Nürburgring 24 with another driver that is competing in this race currently, Maxwell Waite.
True. So, judging by how many walls you actually hit at Bathurst, how many walls did you hit at Nürburgring?
Not many, apart from when it was raining.
Okay, fill us in. How did your Bathurst go? How'd you feel coming into it? How'd you feel after that
quite
first
nervous
stint?
going into it. It was pretty fine after the first stint. It was a bit annoying to pick up some steering damage, but I mean, I guess it turned out fine in the end. And it was just a race plagued with problems in the end, I guess.
Yeah. And obviously, well, actually, 2 seconds. Just keep talking. If you want to explain the whole event to us, and oh, Maxwell, wait, all the way up the front now. Sorry, 2 seconds before I go anywhere. Maxwell, wait, making a massive, massive run there, all the way up.
3 wide now.
Let's see how many positions he has made. Oh, that's not what I want. That is what I want. 17 positions for Maxwell Waite. His premonition of there being incidents has come true, and he's managed to make his way all the way up the grid there.
All
gaining
3 team members, 1, 2, 3.
spot. Yes, it is too. All 3 team members of Overdrive Motorsport leading our front pack there. What a move. What a beautiful move. Let's go back. Where did exactly did that start? And how did he get all the way up? Ah, it was actually during the safety car. He must have got all the way up to P5 and he started from there. Going to be interesting to see how this develops from here. Maxwell Waite deciding the best strategy for qualifying would be to reverse around the track. Interestingly.
Elias ended up working out.
Apparently you don't need to qualify in longer oval races whatsoever. You can just fuck around and find out, I guess.
Seems to be the method.
Exactly. Sorry to cut you off. Okay, tell us, about Bathurst.
Well, I mean, it actually started out pretty well, but I mean, I guess from the very start you could have figured out it wasn't going to go very well. Started out with a 4X before the race even started. So, first 2 stints were pretty okay, then you got handed over a slightly damaged car, which I suppose carried on for the rest of the stints.
Very true.
I took over, managed a 5-lap wet stint without hitting a wall, which I'm proud about. Still don't know how I managed to put it on the wets, but
I was going to say, let's just talk about that for a second. So it's a completely dry track, and you managed to put some wet tyres on,
yeah.
and none of us
Took
could
a
actually
gamble.
work out what was
Just
going on.
in case it randomly decided to rain.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I still don't know how you managed to do that, unless I've got a running suspicion that it was probably Max just trying to fuck with you. You know, and that's what I'm going to go with.
Bit of good.
I wish that there was a history viewer that you could check out. But yeah, obviously Joseph Blommel, our 4th driver, could not get his internet to work somehow, and we had to DQ ourselves. Unfortunately, I had a major crash at the end of Conrod, my car randomly flipping out, and that did our
Was an
hopes.
unfortunate end to the event after 7 hours of pretty decent running.
Very true.
Top 10 running for the majority of the race until we just got plagued by problems about 7 hours in.
That's very. Now, seeing that Max is now in first, can you imagine? Look, as much as I want to cheer the little shit on, could you imagine the ego on it after this race if he comes first from last place? How many
This was
videos of?
I don't think I'm prepared to handle that.
No, neither am I. Neither am I. We'll never hear the end of it, to be honest.
Carson Captain still driving around with that rear bumper.
Is he actually? He mustn't have got it all repaired there in the pits. That will slow him down quite a bit, won't it?
Last lap was a 56.
56.
Roughly 8 seconds slower than the rest of the field at the moment.
But he has also lost that lead group as well. Let's jump on board with Carson Catlin and see what is going on. Bronus Suarez is still in the pits. I do believe that's his race done. He has left the game, maybe? No, he's still there. Let's jump on board with Carson Catlin. Yeah, he's got no group with him at all. He's just going to be stuck in no man's land, hoping that maybe along the way he can latch onto someone and catch up. But his race looking all kind of shambles right now as we jump back to our lead group.
This overdrive 1, 2, 3 is beginning to remind me a little bit of Red Bull in 2023 during the F1 season.
Yeah, except there's no development in that team. It's just 3 idiots at an electronic steering wheel turning left.
Yeah, there's certainly not how I imagined it going, but no. Still got quite a few laps left in this race.
That is true. That is true. I knew Hennigar would do good, Andrew, because obviously he's American, you know. He likes turning left because they got no rights. That is not a political joke, all right? Calm down. But
I might get Trump off after that one.
Whatever. I'm amazed that Jason Landry's not up there. Well, he hasn't made a mistake yet. He's still sitting in 8th place. The only person on this grid that I am secretly hoping will crash out and have a bad race, as it did give me that 40-second penalty at Watkins Glen, which cost me the race win. I still won it in spirit. Buggy Landry, my race. But that is for SCL. Landry also runs that league, a 2-hour and 40-minute race on a multitude of tracks over a season between GR86s, GT4s, and 112s. Alrighty.
Back to some pretty clean running we are now.
Very much so.
No cautions for the last quite a few laps, because I haven't got a way of tracking the laps.
I will show you something very shortly. Once I remember which button I got to press. That is not the button I have to press. That is.
Andy, I'll give you room for error.
The very oddly coloured rainbow car of number 9 at Brooks Plate is slightly dropping back to the field at the moment. Looks to be back in the slipstream now.
Yes. Sorry about that. Trying to help you out. Do you have a second screen?
I have many screens.
Yep. Now you should be able to tell exactly what you're looking at.
Oh, this is helpful.
Might be helpful for you, but I still don't know what's going on.
Honestly, there's a lot there.
I know. now you know why it's taken me like 5 hours to set up hotkeys, and I'm still not done. And I'm still confused as to which one goes where.
Oh, that
They'll
will
pop
last a
up.
while, I reckon.
Yeah. All three.
Austin's had a shocker of a few laps. Up to lap 43 now, where I'm at, and he's down to 18th.
I wonder what caused that. Was he part of any of that kerfuffle earlier?
I think this might just be the aftermath of when he got caught up after the restart.
And just fallen right off.
Yeah, he's in a pack of 3 cars that just fall on their own.
That's unfortunate. He's gonna have to wait and see, hope for a caution, hope that these top cars want to get their elbows out, throw a few hands, and maybe there might be a bit of a caution. These
Yeah,
are
it was. Him being dropped back so far has just come from the restart.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
It is. Swarchek, they're giving Del Papa a bit of a push. These ARCA cars are quite hard to push. You don't want to push them in the corners, and they can be a little bit jittery when they get a push on the straights. So you just want the person in front of you be nice and steady, and as the pusher, just give them a light nudge. You start getting too aggressive, and you're going to go off like a Beyblade.
Still coming around again on car 666, Catlin.
He hasn't managed to hook on to any groups at all yet. He's still kind of lapping by himself by the looks of it.
I think that damage has hindered his top speed.
True, that is very true. What we can do... Austin Catlin. Is he going to hook onto the back of this group?
I think he's going to try it, but I just don't think he's got the speed.
Judging by that speed in the bottom right, he's falling off already. I don't think it's actually going to happen for the poor bugger. I think he's just going to have to wait for those yellows. He does hook on for a little bit there and then just falls off. So maybe that aero damage is doing quite a bit of work and, you know, slowing him right down, pushing him right back at the end again.
At this point, it might just be race to finish.
It's true. We are halfway through the race now. Roughly 46 of 85 confirmed laps. 2 cautions so far. 2 people out of this race completely. Ronan Suarez and Chris Chambers deciding to retire early after some crashes. Carson Catlin falling right back off in 20th with damage from Suarez. And that's pretty much going to be his race done and dusted, we think. Let's just jump back to our leaders. How many laps down does that put Carson at this point? I can't see.
Roughly 2 at the moment.
Roughly 2. Number 157 of Robert Davis has been in this position for quite a while. He's just biding his time, just being nice and patient, keeping it straight and staying out of danger. He hasn't really moved too much over the...
One of those rainbow cars getting squiggledy in the back there.
They are. It's a bold move to go for the high line at this point. I'm not sure exactly what the strategy behind it would be if they want to push all the way up to the front of this group and take it away from Overdrive Motorsport, or if they just want to create that 2 lines here with a couple of laps left to go. We're not even into our second pit cycle yet, so
There's a long way left to go in the race.
exactly. I wonder how that second caution turned the team's strategy upside down and what they're going to do towards the end. I wonder if it's going to... people are going to have to jump in for a splash and dash, or after that next pit stop cycle, they're going to be able to charge all the way till the end. It's going to be an interesting one to see play out, because if it's a charge to the end, then that means that everyone's going to be relying on staying with that front group, relying on being in a good position around those last couple of laps and looking for that slingshot across the line, where we're going to see probably a lot of most of the chaos in this race. Apparently that's wait, is that Barbara Walters down the bottom? Brooks Clayton got a picture of Barbara Walters. No, what's her name?
Ooh,
What's her
Maxwell Wait is up on
Ooh.
the.
What happened there? Oh, he's coming
No,
up,
he's
and
just-
that's
oh,
crashed the
oh.
number 9. The 99 of... Wait, who is the 99? Sorry, that's Maxwell.
99 is Max.
Maxwell creating issues.
Why would
Jesus
you come back
Christ,
up there?
Maxwell. You're a fucking dickhead. Alright, let's get back. What was Maxwell thinking?
This has really separated the field now.
It has really separated the field.
Even after Maxwell has rejoined in P4.
I don't know how he got away with that, to be honest. Did anyone... Apparently,
The
no
leading
one
pack now
crashed.
consists of only 3 cars.
Let's go back and have a quick look at what happened there. Alright. Usually it comes up with a crash symbol from you when you see things that happen like that, but this time it didn't, so I'm going to have to try and find it manually, which I hope I did. I did not. That's great. Right. Is this just after it? It is. We'll have to go back and ask what happened there.
I think there might be just before actually, because I believe these cars on the outside come through.
Yep. Either way, we'll jump back to live. I'll have to find it later, and we'll see what happened there. Wait, who's that in the pits? 15th position is Andrew Henniger in the pits. Did he get some damage there in that all of that incident, or is this just their next pit cycle?
Quite a few people pit after that incident over, I think. Because I think some people were banking on there being a caution, but it was only a minor incident, so everyone just spaced out, and now we've all regathered back up again, I think.
Yep. Maxwell Waite, though, doing his speciality of making sensational decisions. I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking diving back up onto the track at that point. Everyone's gonna feel
All cars diving into the pits.
We got Waite, Davis, Blommel, and Brasson diving into the pits. Did they cop any damage? Well, we know Maxwell copped damage. But I wonder if any of those other drivers copped damage. Del Papa, Hennigar, Robinson, they're all still in the pits. They must all have damage.
Oh, wreck. Someone's in the wall at least.
Another wreck.
Who was that?
What happened
Sitting in
exactly
slab.
there?
I don't know, my camera messed up.
Lead car putting flat.
Ooh. Skittles car.
Alright. What number is this?
Lost his front bumper. Number 25.
Number 25.
I believe that was Zachary Saw. As I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his surname either.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that shit either.
Got caught up on the person in front of him and just nearly spun him high into the wall.
This should be where it is. My recorded events are kind of being a little bit weird now.
That 52 was the incident.
There it is. Oh, just coming into contact there. He tried to push the car in front of him just a little bit too early there. These ARCA cars really don't like to be pushed in those corners, unfortunately. And that's going to let him get a little bit squiggly and smack that wall. That's unfortunate. Dustin Robinson, the number 3, bringing up our top 15.
I think that looks to be Ronan's race over. He's disconnected from the session now.
He's been in pits for quite a while. I think he had damage from deciding to headbutt. Who was it? Jeez.
Honestly, I can't remember at this point.
I can't remember either. Who did he headbutt? Oh, sorry, it was Carson. I'm pretty sure he had a whole lot of engine damage from headbutting Carson earlier in the race. Quite unfortunate for him. But he's also living up to his name of getting involved in every single incident that he can. Sorry, Ronan, I know you're going to hate me for that one, but it's true. Maxwell, wait, back up to 4th. They are a lap down, it seems. A lot of people involved in that kerfuffle from Maxwell's rejoin, and it's really going to fuck everything up. Unfortunately.
They look to be in minor packs of 4 or 5 at the moment. Just, I think, the lack of caution after that incident has spread out the entire field.
Who is it? It's the teammates of Jared Kelly and Jason Lambry and Rod Chowdhury all up front now. Not getting involved in that incident. They're not going to have any damage, and they're sitting pretty right now. But they've just pulled into the pit lane. Will this bring a change to our lead group? How will this strategy work out? A few of those cars did actually spend quite a long time in the pits. Carson Catlin in there. He's retired. Brooks Clayton. How long is his pit cycle taking? He's back out on the track, coming in at 19th. Kelly, Landry, and Chowdhury still up the front, leading our race. Looks like being able to avoid Maxwell's obvious brain fart of a moment to rejoin and bump his person up the oval has worked in their favor, or has it?
I was going 3 wide now, weren't I? Fucking trying to overtake each other.
Yeah, very much so. It looks like Maxwell was trying to force his way back up to the front of that pack. The stupid Landry falling all the way back to 8th. Chowdhury also falling back with him. I wonder if that's part of their strategy. Just to fall back, conserve fuel, be able to do a few more laps than everyone else, and work out that fuel strategy towards the end, so they only have to maybe do a splash and dash, or they don't have to do an extra pit stop that everyone else is going to have to do.
Slipstream is king and over at the end of the day.
But it all comes down to that decision making and that strategy call, especially with Super Speedway. If you can work with the people around you and get into those pits, keep that slipstream strong, you're going to have a great time. But I can't think of anything to say.
Neither can I, really.
Yeah, neither. Yeah, we're both great at this. Excellent work.
You'll get there.
Yeah, eventually we will get there. 27 laps
Hopefully
to go.
you'll get your actual commentator back next week. Next week.
Nah, bugger him, man. Alright? Bugger that guy. Bugger that Sal guy, man. Alright? He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me until I messaged him, by the way. Sal, you bitch.
Last minute from Sal there.
Wade Suarez.
Poor performance.
Oh no, they're completely out. Sorry, that's my apologies. I thought he was coming out. But that is Suarez out. Carson Catlin still in the pits. I think that's his race done as well. Chambers still in the pits. That's his race done. He's been in there quite a few laps. Where's Andrew Hennigar? Our co-leader from a long way back. Seems to be quite a ways back now. 45 seconds behind. There is a small group that is hanging on with each other here. That's Andrew right there. Sorry, Austin. Austin Hennigar right there in the number 333. Has he fallen off from this group, or are they? No, they're working together. So this is a small group hoping to catch back up to those leaders, but they do have quite a gap to them. The first part of that main pack is 46 seconds in front, so unless there is a caution, I doubt that they're going to catch back up.
You have a much better idea of the team name than me, but halfway around the oval on lap 60, the Rainbow Bulls team is the best I can describe their livery. Is they look to perform a lead change there. Jared
think
Fink
I
just
know-
pull into the high side and letting him through.
You think I know the names of the teams? I think Rainbow Balls is quite a good name for that team.
Okay.
I have
Rainbow
no
Balls from
team.
now on it is.
I have no team names, my friend. Alright, I just have names. I do believe there is a way up. The team taking 2 seconds, and I will do it. Alrighty. Where is my... There it is. Team. Okay, so apparently it doesn't actually show me the name of their team. So I guess we're just going to go with Rainbow Balls.
Rainbow Bulls.
Rainbow Balls. I'll have to get a list of that later. But it... So what happened with Rainbow Balls? Please get back and describe that, as I missed it.
Round about lap 60, Jared Fink looked to just pull to the high side and let Carney 55 into the lead. It was just a position change.
It might be a way to actually save a bit of fuel there. Maybe fall back into the group, get a bit of that suck, and go in for the pit a few laps later.
Maybe. Either way, Andy Vaskic now leading.
Beautiful photo he's got there. Old Mr. Jared Kelly of number 55. One of our... No, he's not our Rainbow Balls. Andy Vaschik and Jared Fink are our Rainbow Balls team. I do believe they were the ones that were working with Landry, were they not? No, that was Rob Chowdhury and Jason Landry working together. Are they the same team? That high line has developed
coming through at the
quite
moment.
well. Yeah.
5 cars now joining that Highline pack.
We're almost coming into our sprint time of this race. Well, I don't know how you can call it a sprint period of the race. When the whole race is your foot flat to the floor, or your finger all the way down on the button, depending on if these guys have set a second accelerator. Everyone deciding to hold that high line, getting a bit squiggly though, looking a bit dangerous. Let's have a look at our pit strategy here. So, it looks like Vaschik is going to have to pit for the last 11 laps of this race at this point. Fink the same, Verstappen the same. Maxwell Waite having to go in with 12 to go. Davis 12 to go. Luke Del Papa. Unfortunately, I can't exactly see what's going to happen with pit strategy. But it looks like everyone's got between 8 or 9 laps to 12 laps to do after their last pit cycle. And I wonder how that's going to actually work out with our lead group, because there is a few in here that do have slightly less laps to run till the end of that race. Is that going to help them out? Being able to pit later, they're going to be lighter. And those are all the people we saw pit a bit later earlier in the race. That was Jason Landry, Chowdhury. No, that wasn't Sawcheck, sorry. That was Chowdhury, Landry, and Kelly. So maybe that will work out. It'll put them to the front of the group when everyone comes back out. And they will be that much lighter towards the finish line. So we'll have to wait and see how it finds out, but they are looking pretty good. We all know that Landry's an absolute sweat.
Into the lead.
Oh, he is.
Being pushed by that high side.
I still don't want him to win. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I won't be joining for like a couple weeks if he wins, because we won't hear the end of it.
That only adds the fuel to the fire between him and Finn, though.
True. True, that is very true. Ronan Suarez isn't going to stop copying it from me whatsoever, though. Bro reckons that this was his forte and he wasn't going to crash out in this. And what's happened?
I think he's been involved in the majority of incidents during this race that he hasn't been in the pits.
He's been involved in every incident that's caused the yellow flag. Ronan,
Yeah,
the incident Suarez.
Ronan, the incident Suarez.
Hey, look. He is nothing...
We'll see if that's a name that sticks.
Well, he's a creature of habit, mate. He's involved in all of them. It's what he's good at, being incident prone. Only 18 laps to go. 4 laps until maybe we start our next pit window for a lot of these leaders. Fink, Verstappen, Wait, Vasek, all coming up on the opening of that pit window.
Seems to be roughly about the pit point that cautions start coming out.
That is true.
Obviously, the first
Carl...
caution came out around the pit cycle.
Yep. That is true. Obviously, people are trying to dive into those pits. You're not talking to your opponents. You know, there's going to be maybe a bit of miscommunication there when you dive off or start braking a little bit too early. Obviously, these things don't have brake lights either. So you're going straight up the ass of someone. These two lines working well. There's not too much of an issue right now. The number 5 of Marcus Verstappen doing a very, very good job behind the number 55 of Jared Kelly right now. I wonder how, as a non-American and someone that likes to race properly, you know, like turn right, how does being at the front of the line affect your fuel usage compared to those behind you?
Honestly, I mean, the ones behind will have the slipstream, I suppose, so they're not going to have to punch their own way through the air, and they'll get slightly less fuel usage, but they'll also overheat their engines more. So I suppose there's more management to do from behind than there is from the front.
Copy that. Right, I remember the one ARCA race I did, I tried to push someone, I sent them straight into a wall. Obviously, I don't push people, I just drop kick them into into the shadow run. Sorry, you don't want me behind you in any of these races. So just put me out in front, I won't crash as long as you push me. Also, I won't be doing another one because it takes too long.
I am not too experienced in the oval sector myself, so... Like you, I prefer the actual method of racing.
I know.
Left and right.
Yes. Equal rights, equal fights, lefts and rights.
The motto you live by.
Oh, only 15 to go. 15. Oh, no, sorry. I've been reading this board wrong the whole time. That is the amount of laps they've done since their last pit. Not how many laps.
Were you reading it before?
Oh, I thought the bar at the end was how many laps they were expected to do after their last pit cycle to finish the race. But it's how many laps they've done since their last pit cycle. I'm retarded.
You'll get there eventually. Roughly 24 lap stints for the most of the field.
Yeah, that's what Max was saying. 24 lap stints. Maybe those people that are working together will be able to push that out. Jared Kelly, Landry and all that may be able to push that out a little bit longer. Get that later pit. It'll be interesting to pick their brains, ask them how that strategy played out now. As I don't know much about Oval, but yeah.
More cars diving into the pit. 2 Overdrive Motorsport cars. The number 13 of Andrew Henniger and the 87 of That's Joseph Blommel. And
55,
then there's
I need to
more
fit in the
cars,
next
even
2
more
laps
than that.
for fuel.
I can't read that number. Number 3 and the number 64 of Kevin Nunn. All diving for fuel.
Copy that. Blommel seems to be a bit out of whack with his teammates. Maybe Maxwell causing issues got him into a little bit of trouble there.
Or hey, Maxwell diving into the pits now as well, or he is just no, he is going into the pits.
He's going to
All
end
three
up
overdrive
by
cars.
himself, unfortunately, which isn't a good thing whatsoever. That might be... Actually, wait up, sorry. Hell yeah! You're out of the race, wait. Get shit on. That actually might be his race over and done with there for the lead. He will fall away from that group, unfortunately, because they do have one extra lap of being pushed, which is going to create just that little bit of buffer when they all come back out after the pit cycle. And I think he's going to be stuck by himself, unfortunately. Unless maybe it was a team call where he was... Oh, a team call where he was asked to go in by his teammates so that they could work something out towards the end of this race.
Maybe he's planning to cause a crash, get them up into the lead.
Run a fade.
Yeah, maybe. Either
Wait,
way, it's certainly turned around
back
for
in
the
pit
overdrive
lane. Didn't
cars.
he just pull in?
Go
Yeah,
high,
he
go high,
did,
go high.
unless he had damage.
Let's have a look here. Joseph Blommel in the pit lane on lap 73. I thought he did. Joseph Blommel entering the pits on lap 72 as well. I wonder what happened there with Joseph, unless he jumped in to help his teammate there, but Maxwell has left the pit. That's a very weird thing to happen.
It's certainly turned upside down for the overdrive cars since the early laps where there was a 1, 2, 3, and it's now not anywhere near that. They're all separated.
Very true, very true. Looks like Blommel is just exiting the pits now.
Maybe he didn't take enough fuel.
Maybe not. Obviously, not having a team there and people to help you with your strategy and changing the fuel numbers does play a big part. It's a bit hard to take your hands off the steering wheel, especially with those direct drive steering wheels, to set those numbers. Kelly, Chowdhury and Landry pulling in now.
Maxwell does look to be out of contention. He is just on his own, driving the laps now.
Have a look what next. Maximilian White. Actually, the 66 is going to be right there. He might be able to get a bit of a push.
Top two are pitting right now.
Verstappen and Vasek, though, looking to pit. Jason Landry, Jared Kelly, and Rob Chowdhury. I'm thinking these guys are going to be our favorites to pull this victory off, as our top 5 now all pull into the pits behind Verstappen. How will that play out in the grand scheme of things, as
Glenn,
we have
I need
8
you to be
laps
pushing, brother.
left to go? Andrew getting on the mic, having a go at Glenn, wanting him to push so that we can catch everyone. Max is just in front of them, being pushed by the number 66. Is that 66 or 666? 66.
66, Hank Moore.
Of Hank Moore. Hank Moore is a lap down. Max.
After Joseph's
But yeah, that's
off the pits.
yeah.
Down to 19th.
Unfortunately, I think that's Max's race done. I think he's going to have to go back to the drawing board, maybe learn how to merge. I'm pretty sure you did do a driving test at one point, Maxwell. Might want to read the book again, and better luck next time. So where's Blommel? Blommel is also out of contention. Andrew Hennigar being pushed by the number 89 of Glenn Bratton. They are on the lead lap as well. Zach Sorchik taking the lead from Verstappen there as we come out of the pits. Jared Kelly, Jason Landry, and Rob Chowdhury sitting 4th, 5, and 6 respectively as we come into the end of this race. Only 6 laps to go. How are we going to get a shake-up here? Zach Sawshik kind of sitting out in no man's land there by himself in first. All of these cars behind him are going to have a massive slingshot. That's going to put him back to the end of the pile unless someone decides to give him a push. Kelly and Landry taking the outside. Chowdhury now, top 3. It seems like their strategy is really working out. The number 25 of Zach Sawchik deciding to try and slot up with them. They're still kind of within the slip range there, but
They'll be able to catch up.
Yeah, Zach Sawchik has caught back up on that slip range now, and that is going to pull our front group back together. So, how exciting. This is actually great. Beautiful work from Landry and Chowdhury and Kelly to use their strategy to get back in front, just like I thought. After that second cycle, they would be back out in front. Now it's all a game of jostling for position and hoping to get that good slingshot right around that final corner, as we have 6 laps to go.
Yeah, their passive strategy looks to have worked quite well, because I have not seen much of Jason most of the race, and he's now all the way up into P2.
I know from SEL he has a very sneaky way with his strategies. He does do a lot of testing and everything beforehand to try and work things out, so I'm sure that he's used that wizard brain of his to work out something with his teammates there and bring home the podium positions for them.
Yeah, they might have cooked up something special with this one.
5 laps to go. Seems like Overdrive Motorsport, strong at the start, has all dropped out. Hank Moore, Austin Hennigar, Kevin Nunn, Dustin Robinson, Brooks Clayton, Joseph Blommel, all over a lap down, and that's their races done for. It looks like the cars we're looking at now are the only ones in contention to win this race. There's not going to be any more cautions. I'm not sure how the rules are going to be worked out for the cautions. I should have read the rules, to be honest.
Yeah, what Jason will be looking to do now is a couple of laps from the end, drop a couple, maybe a half a tenth off of the leading, what's his name again? Jared Kelly, and he'll try and get that slingshot back up through the turn.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Maybe
if you push me, we can catch these in front of me.
Maxwell Waite trying to claw back anything he can for this race.
Poor pit call there.
Yep, very poor strategy from all them boys, unfortunately. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. They're not really oval guys. They are circuit races. It's going to be interesting actually to see how all of this pans out in these smaller tracks, because Super Speedway, it's all about how you push, all that kind of stuff. There's no real slowing down, but those smaller tracks, it's going to be who can look after those tires the best, really. And yeah,
I think that's where we'll see the most of these drivers.
Yep. Now, number 55, Jared Kelly still winning. Not an ideal position to be in these last few laps as first. Well, it can be if everyone behind you kind of bottles it, gets a little bit tangled up and in each other's way, you can just shoot off with the win. But usually it's not in Super Speedway. You kind of want that slingshot, sling around them and gain the position right at the end.
Quinn, what are you doing?
Hennigar getting on the radio then, asking who's doing what. I guess Glenn Bratton.
Might get a bit leery with everyone in these last couple of laps as everyone tries to make up as many last positions as they can. However, the field is so spaced out, I'm not sure there'll be much of that.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do this late in the race. It's on and done. You can just maintain your position and get across the finish line. The only people that really have anything to do here are your top runners. Jared Kelly, Team Shit Out of Luck. Jason Landry, Team Canada. Rob Chowdhury, EV Coast to Coast.
What do you reckon? Is anyone going to get the slingshot up into the lead, or will Jared Kelly bring it home?
I think that I think we're going to see a bit of a slingshot here as we come around onto our final lap. Are we going to see Landry drop back? The number 25 of Zach Sorchik went for the high line. No one wanted to push him. That's going to put him out of contention there. And it's just going to be our top three, Kelly, Landry, and Chowdhury, all by themselves up here. How is Landry going to figure out? He's still pushing
Landry,
Kelly.
They're just pushing through the fast corner.
He is.
Now,
Landry hoping for the second place, I guess. Oh no, he has pulled back there slightly. It looks like he is going to look for the lead here.
Well,
No. He's just going to push.
P2. He's and settle for
that's going to P2. That's Kelly, Landry, and Chowdhury. Your top three: Jared Kelly, Jason Landry, Rob Chowdhury. Absolutely beautiful strategy calls from those guys, and that's going to bring them home to clinch the win. Obviously, there's a few incidents in there that took a few of those teams out of contention.
Yeah, you made your move too early. If you'd have waited another half lap, we could have went out.
Unfortunately, Davis and Sorchik having some tense words with each other, but that is the way it goes. It's kind of hard to work that strategy out, especially if you're not talking to each other. But yeah, it did work out. So that later pit stop from those three really helped them in securing that victory. Number 55 of Jared Kelly
on the grass.
doing some skids. Well, kinda trying.
Yeah, he's sorry. There you go.
Here we go. Well-deserved win. Held the throttle flat for 85 laps and brings it home. Beautiful work from Jared Kelly. I'm still interested to know why Jason Landry didn't decide to go for a move there at the end.
I think they might have been teammates. I think they were just made an agreement to push each other up through the victory.
Yeah, guessing so.
Get a punch to the team.
Doing a big scope, a big burnout here.
Both of them 1 and 2.
Yep.
Just
beautiful work.
Celebrating with each other. Good teamwork.
And that's it for round 1 at Daytona. I will get Jared Kelly up here as soon as he jumps in that broadcast waiting room to talk about that win and talk through some strategies and that kind of thing. Righty. I will wait. There's not a lot to talk about. We can go back and actually have a couple look at those incidents back earlier, which caused that little mix-up through our issues. Let's go back to check. All right. Our first incident, Ronan Suarez comes down, gets clipped by the 33, pushes the 33 into the wall there at the exit of the pits, and that's Ronan's first incident, causing a little bit of damage, not too much. That brought about our very first caution flag. And then only a few laps later, our next caution got thrown. I'm gonna have to work this out. I can't find them now. Anyway, let's jump down and see if Mr. Kelly has a few words to say after that win. Mr. Kelly, how did that win feel? Towards the middle there, it looked pretty all over the place, but you guys managed to survive and have that later pit. How did your strategy work out coming into this race? And yeah, what was the plan, essentially?
Well, we were just sitting there kind of 5th and 6th, and I mean, everyone in front of us was just kind of riding around. We couldn't really make anything work there on the top lane. And I just told our guys when we got single file, I was like, let's just pit early. Let's just go in early. We're in the window. Let's just get up in front of those guys and leave it to the racing gods. So, yeah, Jason and Rob Chowdhury and Kyle Peterson. They we worked really good with each other. I mean, the teamwork here was uh, really good. I mean, I can't even put into words how good the teamwork was today.
Yeah, awesome. It looked great. Like I called it a few laps before the end there that maybe this later pit strategy from you guys was going to work out, and it did. It put you at the head of that group towards the end of that race, which set you guys all up perfectly. But yeah, I don't know how to do these interviews, but we've just watched you go left for 85 laps. How you guys? Are you and Jason on the same team, or are you guys different teams just working together?
No, we both came over from the Bonfire Racing League, another Sunday morning league that I kind of started in with league racing. It was my first league I ever joined, and it just got to it's in the next gen cars. I'm not too great in those, but it just kind of got to the point where I need different, I don't know, environment, I guess, to race in. Uh, so Jason and I came over and we worked together over there in BRL.
Yep.
Jason won the championship over there multiple times. So yeah, we just worked together. Kyle Peterson, I've raced with him a couple times on the road courses, and he's really fast there when we have to turn right. So, and then Rob Chowdhury, a good friend of another member of the Bonfire Racing League. So, some familiar faces. Definitely comfortable working together.
Yep. Yeah, well, obviously working together, especially in these super speedways, is a big factor to scoring home that win. So I guess we've got our 3 people to look at over the course of this season to focus on, and yeah, hopefully be seeing some more wins out of you this season, eh, Jared?
Yeah, I mean, Jason kicked my butt over there on BRL, but with these new different tires, I'm hoping that will kind of flip the story around, and Jason will be asking me for some tips on how to get a win on these ARCA cars.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of those tires come into play when it comes to our shorter tracks. Obviously, these super speedways, they're not too important, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they mix things up and how everyone deals with that in those longer sessions on those short tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that right front, it's gonna be key to protect. I've already spent a couple races with some heavy braking and stuff just to try and get used to that right front saving that I kind of lost touch with when I went over to the next gen cars. So uh, yeah, just kind of relearning, getting back into the groove. I mean, I love these cars. I mean, you can lean on that right rear tire on these intermediate and short tracks. Kind of get these things sideways and still be able to like catch them.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to those those hot races where we're slipping and sliding. It should be a good show.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it, man, because obviously these super speedways are a little bit more boring for the viewers, but there's a lot of good drivers in here, so I'm excited to see what happens. Congratulations again, Jared, and hope to see great things from you across the season. And
yeah,
good luck.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm gonna go back, watch this broadcast, enjoy my win, reminisce as it's been a while since I've had a league win. So
well, tell
I'm
your
gonna
missus
take
to
it
pull the
on
red
it.
panties out. It's party night tonight, all right? So,
All righty.
thank you, Jared. Have a good one, brother.
Nice win.
All right, that was Jared Kelly. Well, I think that's the end for you and me, Ben. That is the end of our race. Let's just jump over and have a look at the results, see how things actually petered out towards the end of that race as results going to work. Qualifying results, obviously Austin and Andrew pulling up the front. Let's look at our overall race results though. I don't know how that is there still. Jared Kelly, 55, shit out of luck racing. Winner. Jason Landry coming in second. Rob Chowdhury, third. Robert Davis, fourth. And Zach Solchik bringing out our top 5. So how do you think these top 5 are going to do for the rest of this season? Obviously, Jared has a lot of experience there with oval cars, so we can expect a lot out of him. But the rest of them, we know Landry does a little bit as well. It's going to be good to see how things shake up and go, especially on those shorter tracks. Like I said, I do enjoy watching the shorter tracks. It does bring in an element of of car handling into it as well, not just strategizing and making those good strategies work to the end.
Yeah, I think the strategy from those boys up the front could certainly turn some of these races upside down.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This was your race from Daytona for the SOL Sunday Oval League presented to you by SRN. We will see you for our next race. Have a great night, morning, or wherever you are on the planet. Time.